Hi everyone, I hope you're doing okay. So this video is just an excuse that this channel is still alive, and in fact I have one video that I'm doing. I swear I'm almost finished with it. So my current problem is that this Mac is constantly overheating and I have not replaced the thermal paste in forever. Like ever since I bought it, the thermal paste just stays there and I assume that it's being very crusty right now. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna see if I can replace the thermal paste or not. But before that, let's compare the performance. So this is before I replaced the thermal paste. So yeah, you can see everything is just going fine. But if I go to max fan control over here, yeah, it's hovering at about 65 degrees average, and the fans are currently at 0 RPM, so usual Apple, very typical of them. They don't want for the fans to run up until the CPU reaches 90 degrees or something. I don't know, I haven't researched that, but whatever. I get some problems sometimes that the video frame rate drops whenever I play the video. So yeah, that's probably one of the main factors that the thermal paste needs to be replaced. Yeah, Final Cut Pro runs fine here, but if I, for example, if I render things and speed up a clip and render it and do whatever I want, sometimes I get this message that says the video frame rate got cut in half or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, it keeps happening. So yeah, Final Cut Pro, it runs fine, except that the video frame rate always drops. I also have another issue that I'm having. So whenever I play the Funny Hat game, for some reason it performs way worse than a year ago. I remember the game hovering at around 60 FPS normally, but now it's just 45, which is miserable. So let's see how it performs. I mean, yeah, something like that. It doesn't run at constant 60 FPS. Honestly, that wouldn't even affect my gaming experience, but I just want for the thermal paste to be replaced because, yeah, I can already feel that it's really crusty inside. So yeah, we're gonna get inside here and see what the thermal paste looks like now. So yeah. This is pretty much my table in my workspace. Pretty cramped. This is my monitor, and my monitor is basically hanging to the edge over there. This Mac is still oh my goodness, Windows, please shut down. Sweet death. Alright, let's get right into it. This mouse pad can be used as a cover so that the Apple logo over here doesn't get scratched. Well, I mean, it's already scratched, if you can see over there. Alright, let's get to work. Here are my set of screws, because that's what's needed. If you notice a change of perspective here, don't mind that, because I feel like it's not that top-down view, so many tech reviewers or YouTubers suggested me to use the Noctua H1 thermal paste. I don't know. I just buy whatever they say. I only want performance out of this. Okay, Apple Pentalobe screws, yeah? Alright, all the screws have been unscrewed. Now comes the hard part. Okay, so according to iFixit, I have to use a suction cup and make a gap over there. And I have to open the clips, which is like the scariest part of all of this. I have my cheap Chinese opening pick and a suction cup. So what we do is create a gap in here. And what we do is just go here, slide it. Oh. There we go. Okay, now this part is loosened, I guess. Now for the other side. Oh God, this is really hard. Okay, I think we've had enough. And what I do is, instead of pulling it out, which is something that you don't want to do, you have to slide it open, which is the hardest bit. So it should be open now. Oh, there we go. Look at all that dust. Okay, so I've actually been here before, and trust me, it was way harder to open the first time. All right, so what do I do here? iFixit is right here. Well, there we go. The logic board is now free. All right, now the disgusting bit is, oh, good. I'm gonna give this a good clean so, you know, it's less stressful to work on. All right, it's definitely looking better now. Not as clean, but it's definitely better looking. Now I want to disassemble the heatsink. So what we're gonna do is, there are some screws over there. If I can unlatch this. Yeah. All right, okay, so what you do is, there are some screws underneath there, and we can go ahead and disassemble them. Man, these guys are very tight. And I can see why it's very tight. It's heavily warped. Okay. Now what I can do is just tap it a little bit of dab of alcohol. Yeah, I'd say it's clean enough. All right, we're good to go. Now, applying the thermal paste itself. I gotta do this correctly. Okay, we don't want to apply too much in here. Alright, that should do it. There we go. Now I gotta assemble everything back. The mother of unholy. Because this thing is confusing as hell. I don't know why my whole body part is shaking right now. You know what? I'm just gonna top it off by disassembling the fans itself to clean it off. Alright, so I've aligned the motherboard so that it'll be able to connect to most of the connectors. Now, after all this, I'm kind of tired and I really want to do this assembly process off camera. So, yeah, see you later. It's been several hours and look at it, I've reassembled it with, I guess, the right screw placements. So yeah, that's it for the hell over here. I've also cleaned the fan. Now to reassemble it. This is still a mess, so I will have to clean it. Alright, it's all nice and clean and bright. Actually, I have to put this aside and dry this up. And why not give it a nice alcohol spray? That's dry enough for me. Now comes the hardest part, which is reassembly. So I have not found an easier way to attach the bottom case to the top case. There we go. And just like that, with the power of force, this Mac is now assembled. And it's wet on the top portion. Don't worry, a little bit of tissue would solve this issue. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Will it boot after all that hard work? Let's see. I don't feel any click from the trackpad. And don't mind the enter key over there. It's right there. Yeah, I don't feel any click from the trackpad. How about if we connect it to a power supply? Oh, there's a trackpad click. Come on. Come on. Alright, now we just gotta wait for the thing to boot. And I like verbose mode, so don't mind that. And also don't mind this, it's because of my stupidity. That pressure mark over there as well. Well, you look at that, it boots to the desktop. Yeah, it boots. Alright, the ultimate test. I don't know why the keyboard is in Japanese now. I don't live in Japan, by the way. Ooh, it's in full blast, and look at that. It hovers around 69 degrees. Let's try Final Cut Pro on battery. Does that mean I have to physically detach the SSD? Oh, it performs substantially better. I mean, I don't really see any drastic improvements, but scrolling seems fine. I mean, I'm currently in a really hot environment right now, and I don't have the air conditioner turned on because this family has a really strict policy of not allowing me to turn on the air conditioner before I go to sleep. So yeah, I guess I have to suffer with it. This is just for fun. I want to try playing the funny hat game. If Windows will start quickly. There we go. And oh, now I notice there's a problem. Half of the keyboard backlight is dead and half of them still works. I mean, that's not a big issue. At least the keyboard still works, that is. I mean, there is a slight improvement, which is now it's at a constant 60 FPS instead of dropping the frames every now and then, which is a good thing. Ooh, I'm so happy. Yeah, I guess that replacement kinda works in terms of improving the performance, but not by exponentially, so yeah, it's just to improve stability. Yeah. Does Wi-Fi work? Yes, it does. Alright, great. That's great. Alright, can I connect to my AirPods? Yeah, apparently it can. Let's try playing something at a really loud volume. It says working for me. Okay, let's share an image and let's see if it airdrops. And great. All right, now we just have to shut this down. And reinstall the bottom case. And just like that, it's working. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is working again, and pretty much every wireless feature is working. I'm such an idiot, so yeah, that's all.